What's going on, guys? TTL here, and today I'm going to be going over my top 4 Monday Night Football plays for today, September 9th, 2024. Before we get into it, I do want to mention my website, predictiveprofits.ai. We're up over 100 units in just a month and a half. Absolutely incredible rate so far. We've been crushing it. It's $119 per month right now, but you can use code TTLNFL, and the first 10 people to do so will get that first month for half off to try it out. And no matter what, if you use a code or not, you do get a 7-day free trial that's cancelable at any time. Feel free to try it out, guys. It's been crushing it. And let's get into the prize picks props for today. So I'm going to be using Outlier for my research, and let's get started. So our first play of the day is going to be a very obvious pick that a lot of people are on, and it's going to be Christian McCaffrey over 77.5 rushing yards. I do want to mention, and I'm going to go ahead and go back to prize picks really quickly. There are two plays with this. You can take either one you want. It really depends on how much risk you want to take. The 77.5 rushing yards has 37,000 people on it. If you want the full payout on prize picks, take this prop. But if you are more so leaning towards you just want an easy layup, my favorite play of the day on prize picks right now is the Goblin, and it is the most popular play of the day. 247,000 people have taken it though, and it's over 0.5 rushing receiving touchdowns. I definitely think he gets a touchdown today, especially versus the Jets. But if you want that full payout, I don't blame you. You can take that 77.5 rushing yards. I'm going to go over both right now, but I just wanted to preface that with by saying that McCaffrey should just kill it today. But let's head over to Outlier. Let's take a look. We can see over 77.5 rushing yards right here. We're going to click on it. So we can see over his last 10 games, obviously we're looking at last season data, but we can see he went over this in 9 out of 10 with an average of 98 rushing yards per game. Last season, he went over in 74% of games, 14 of 19 games. And we can see the Jets' rushing yards defense overall. They are ranked 25th in the league with 124 rushing yards allowed per game versus running backs, 25th as well, 100.2 rushing yards allowed per game. I'm absolutely loving this. It's kind of 50-50. The 49ers are kind of 50-50 for pass rate to run rate. I'm absolutely loving this play today. Christian McCaffrey, for rushing attempts, he has a 54% rushing share percentage. So he's going to have way more attempts than anyone else. I think he's going to be able to get some yardage versus that weak defense that they're against today. So let's go ahead and lock in Christian McCaffrey, and we can take a look at his touchdowns as well. And as I mentioned, he went over in 84% of games, 16 of 19 last year for this. And New York Jets touchdown defense versus running backs, 26th in the league. So he's going to have plenty of red zone attempts. I expect him to be able to get a touchdown tomorrow, or today technically. It's 12:44 for me. And I expect him to get his rushing yards. So it really depends on how much risk you want to take. But you can take McCaffrey. You can trust McCaffrey today. And let's head on to pick number 2. Our pick number 2 is going to be Breece Hall. This is my second favorite pick of the day. We're going to take under 15.5 rushing attempts. And let's go ahead and get started. We're going to take a look over at Outlier. I'm going to go ahead and click on that. Let's go ahead and take a look. So we can see over his last 10, he went under in 7 out of 10. And last season, he went under in 76% of games, 13 of 17 games. He has an average of 13.12 rushing attempts per game with a median of 12. And this is including this last game where he had 37 rushing attempts. I'm not sure what happened that game. I looked it up. It seems like that's accurate. I don't know what happened. 37 rushing attempts is absurd. But the 49ers, who they are against, are first in the league for least amount of rushing attempts against them, with a 21.7 rushing attempts per game. Now, I will say the Jets are actually more so a passing team, especially I think so with Aaron Rodgers this season. I'm really looking forward to seeing him play today. But they have a 63% pass rate to a 37% run rate. Now, Breece Hall is sort of like McCaffrey. He has a 57% rush rate. He is their main running back, but I don't think he's going to be able to get many yards today, and I don't think he's going to have many attempts. I think they're going to try and pass the ball, especially with me thinking that the 49ers win tonight. Definitely loving this matchup for him to go under. I think he might get like 10 or 11 rushing attempts today. And I'm going to go ahead and lock in the under 15.5 rushing attempts for Breece Hall. And let's head on to our third pick of the day. Our third pick is going to be Greg Zuerlein. Over 1.5 field goals made. This is actually a demon place. This is one that you could pair with that McCaffrey Goblin. It's going to make it close to a 3x. I think it's like a 2.9x for the 2 pick. But I am loving this pick today. And let's go ahead and take it. It looks like a lot of people are, with 39.9 thousand people taking this already. But there aren't many props you can really take when it's just Monday Night Football, just the one game. So we do have to count that as well. But let's go ahead and take a look. So let's go ahead and look Greg Zuerlein right here. Over his last 10, he's went over this number in 7 of 10. In 2023, he went over this in 11 of 16 games, 69%. And he had an average of 2.19, a median of 2 field goals made. And we can see 15th. They're allowing 1.7 field goals per game. Really doesn't mean much. They're kind of middle of the pack. We can see the games where he had 0. He just had 0 attempts, which is pretty typical. I do think he's going to have the attempts today, though. And typically, he's going to make them if he has the attempts. So I'm loving this prop today, especially with the odds. He's plus 115 on most sports books. And with PrizePicks, we're getting it at around plus 115 as well. So he is a demon pick. You are going to get boosted odds for taking this. And I really love those boosted odds. So I'm going to go ahead and lock this in. I recommend you do as well. And let's head on to our fourth pick and our final pick of the day, which is going to be Tyler Conklin over 3 receptions. Now, this is one that could push very well, but I am loving this pick in this matchup. As I was just saying, I already have Breece Hall under rushing attempts. I really think the Jets are going to try and pass the ball today, and I think Conklin could get a decent amount of share today. So let's go ahead and take a look. Tyler Conklin over 3 receptions. Over his last 10 games, he has gone over this in 7 of 10. He's went under in 2 of 10, and he pushed in 1. He has an average of 4.1 and a median of 4 receptions per game. And in 2023, average of 3.59, a median of 4. He went over in 59%, 10 of 17 games. He pushed in 3, and he went under in 4. And when we take a look at the 49ers receptions defense, 29th in the league, almost dead last, allowing 24 receptions per game versus tight ends 23rd in the league, allowing 5.5 receptions per game on average. So we can take a look. He's exceeded this. He's exceeded 3.5 in 4 of his last 5 games. Again, the Jets tend to pass more than they run the ball. And we can take a look. Tyler Conklin, target share is 15.5%. I don't think he's going to have any issues today. He should be right behind Garrett Wilson for receiving today. So I'm loving this. Let's go ahead and lock it in. Yeah, that's going to be our 4th and final play of the day, guys. You can use code TTL on any of the pick'em apps, PrizePicks, UnderDog, Sleeper. You'll get a 100% match up to $100 on most. On UnderDog, you get a deposit bonus up to $1,000. Take advantage of that, guys, and you do get a free month of VIP when you sign up using code TTL and make your first deposit. Just join the Discord and let me know. Thank you guys so much for all the love. Make sure you hit that thumbs up button, leave a comment down below, and hit that subscribe button. I'll see you in the next video, guys, and let's kill it tonight.